So we discussed the first two qualities, loyalty and endurance. What do you think will be the third quality that we will emphasize after loyalty and endurance?
Wow. How many did we end up with?
33, I believe.
33. My goodness.
We're sorry it's taken us so long to get this done, but I had a lot of emails to go through, even that said nail and coffin, so my goodness.
And we do have the theme for next year's district convention.
Yes,
thanks
we do.
To
Miri.
And what is it?
Don't become a nail in the coffin lid. So this year is don't give up. Well, next year is going to be don't become a nail in the coffin lid.
Yes. And here's a little personal message for Kevin Bunker. Wink, wink. You keep shaking them, and we'll keep pounding them in. All right. Without any further ado, let's start reading the names. We're going to start down here with a family of 4, which will be represented by these 4 white pins right here.
Okay, now we'll be reading their story here in a few minutes, but this is for S.A., F.R., M.R., and S.R.
Another family of 4 is represented by the yellow pins.
Okay, now this guy was an elder, so this is an elder's family. So we have Robert, Angela, A.G., E.G.
Excellent.
And we'll have a little bit to read about them.
Cool. Now we get a family of 5 that are represented by the purple pins by special request.
Okay. This is Jane, Monique, Michael, Dylan, Claudia Rose.
Cool.
Awesome.
Now we have a family of 6 represented by the green pins.
Yep, and we got a little bit to read about them too.
Oh my goodness.
Excellent. I know, this is going to be a long one.
Excellent.
Okay, Danielle, Terencio, Chelsea, Naya, Jerome, Ethan.
Excellent.
Okay, now we got some singles, right?
14 singles, right? 14, I believe it is.
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm going to start with these 2 right here to finish off the J.
Okay, the first J there is Suzanne.
Yes.
Okay, then we have Felice.
Excellent. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to work on the W.
Gerald. Jaylyn. What's interesting about Jaylyn is she was just baptized in 2013.
Well, that didn't last long, did it?
Okay. Now we have K.A. and his YouTube channel is Dream Reaper. So he's already doing YouTube videos.
Excellent.
And we got a couple of Roberts. So we have a Robert. And then another Robert.
Getting a little tight here.
And one of those Robert was like us, in for 43 years.
Wow.
I know. This is awesome.
Hey, Robert, I guess some of us are a little more hard-headed, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Okay, we have Charlene, Jean.
Excellent. I'm going to come down here to this one.
Now, Deborah, she said she didn't need a pin because she was free. Well, guess what? The rest of us need to see a pin, so you get a pin.
That's right.
Welcome to your freedom, though. Auburn, Connie, Lana, and Mr. Anon, who I believe has started a YouTube channel also.
All right.
All right, so... All right, now before we get into stories, we got some old-timers.
Here we go with the old-timers.
Okay, we have a mother and daughter, Jennifer and Ashley. Now, Jennifer has already done some YouTube videos. Her YouTube channel is Jennifer, and I apologize if I mispronounce this, is Weinecke. It's Wienecke. So already doing YouTube videos, and oh my goodness, go see her first video. Talks about the abuse she suffered from the elders and stuff. It's like, wow. Okay, then we have Gina, Carla, Jane, Ramona, and Teresa.
Excellent.
Welcome to your freedom,
Yes,
everybody.
welcome to your freedom.
My goodness.
This is just a fantastic nail in the coffin, because we already have next year's title, a theme for their district convention. Don't become part of this.
Thank you, everybody, for contacting us. If you want to be a nail in the coffin, contact us through watchtower.exposed. Thank you for those who have noticed comments down, requests down and underneath in our videos. Because unfortunately, with getting over 1,000 comments every week on YouTube, notifications,
Yeah.
I just can't see them all. So, I apologize if we've missed anybody. If we have missed you, contact us through watchtower.exposed. Click on contact and give us the names that are going to go on the coffin lid.
And also keep in mind too, with watchtower.exposed, we have a survivors
Watchtower Library.
Watchtower
Yeah.
Library survivors. We know that this current year, 2017, Watchtower is trying to subtly expose the fact that they have an abuse problem in the organization. And we do know that there are many, many, many abuse victims. And if you'd like to tell your story, that is certainly a good place to do it.
Yeah, and I check that regularly to see, if there's any stories we want to read. Okay, now here's a story from the SA, FR, MR, and SR, the ones that we just put in the coffin lid. It says, Dear Kim, could you please add me to your next nail in the coffin? Although officially in, I no longer believe it, but I stay in not to lose my family. My initials are SA. We
Yes.
understand, it's difficult,
And that's
when
why-
they put you in that predicament.
And that's why a couple of years ago we changed the rules, because many, many of you said, I'm mentally out, I'm mentally awake, but I still have to put the facade on because I'm trying to wake up my family.
Yeah.
So,
But you need to be on the coffin lid because you're awake.
yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
and no longer believe it. Okay, so here's her story. I've tried and worked on trying to awaken one of my coworkers, and here's some good news. She and her 2 children are now no longer attending meetings for good, and she has no intentions of ever going back. Her husband is not a brother and does not attend meetings. Could you add them too to your next nail in the coffin, please? Yes. And she's also working on another coworker who's
Excellent.
a JW who's going through depression and some problems. So hopefully you can get that guy to wake up, SA. So thank you for sharing your story. All right. Now, Danielle. Hi, Mike and Kim. My name is Danielle, and I just recently woke up on January of this year. My awakening was scary. It is.
It is.
It's usually traumatic, too, because your whole foundation is pulled out from under you. At first, I really did believe you two to be mentally diseased.
Good. I'm glad we gave that impression, because there's many ex-JWs that say the same thing. Exactly.
LOL, but now I watch your channel every day. I really love all the time and effort you put into your research. What woke me up was the connection they have with the UN, and all my life I was led to believe that they were evil and that they were going to destroy us as an organization. So, there's several that we know of that is what woke them up, because we've been taught our entire lives that the UN is the beast.
Yeah. So
Image of the beast.
to answer your question, Joel, the unwitnessed, are we having an effect? We still are, even with something that dates back several years. Their connection and identity with the United Nations, even today, it still has an effect on the mind of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, exactly.
So we are having an effect.
Now, Johnny sent me this email, and he is on a previous nail and coffin, I believe earlier this year. I'd have to check, but I'm not exactly sure. But he sent me this. He says, on your next nail and coffin video, can you add Robert, Angela, and their children? Robert was an elder, and both he and his wife have woken up a few months ago after 20 plus years. In fact, Robert was the person who introduced me to the JWs. However, I left the organization several years before him. You have already mentioned me in the nail and coffin before, but a shout out to Robert, Angela, and their kids would be appreciated. Thanks, guys. Wow.
There you go. So the teacher indoctrinates the student,
And
then the student wakes up the teacher. That's pretty good.
Awesome
Watchtower, this is really going to be pissing you guys off. The amount of people that are waking up and leaving. You know, just keep the BS coming, and we're going to keep pounding in the nails. Simple
Yeah.
as that.
Now, we want to share something with all of you because we've been trying to verify this particular information for a week now. But we have heard, one of them was Randy abused. He was sent an email that an entire congregation in Canada
Yeah, I think it was the Saskatchewan
or
province.
Edmonton, we're not exactly sure because the way it was written, we weren't sure if there was one in each of these towns or what. But anyway, in Canada it appears, and we're trying to verify this. So if anybody has this information, you can contact us or Randy M. Abused.
And also the congregation, and there was a congregation in Georgia that was dissolved.
Yes.
So
So if anybody has any information on this, please, let's get this out because we have questions. We would like to know what caused an entire congregation, to walk away, wake up and walk away. And, this is great.
and how the elders conversed among themselves without the fear of Watchtower finding out, things like that. And in behalf of the Vast Apostate Hour, we would sure like to interview some of those Jehovah's Witnesses up there in the Canadian congregation, and get their story live and in living color. So please,
Exactly.
if anybody has any information, or if you yourself happen to be one of those that woke up, would like to be part of that broadcast, we would sure love to talk to you about that.
Contact one of us,
Yeah.
so many of us, just contact anyone. And but this is great. So welcome to your freedom, everybody. And boy, this just makes our heart just jumping for joy, to see this. And so, like I said, if anybody, needs to be on the coffin lid, even if you're still officially in and have not been disfellowshipped or disassociated, but still are awake and are no longer, drinking the Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah. No
Let us
longer
know.
buying the bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. And what amazes me is this is only the 1st of June, and look at how full.
Yeah.
This edge is almost pretty well done.
And also keep in mind how we've been kind of doing this year. We're not filling in one thing in particular. What we're doing is we're keeping all the families
Together.
color coded. So wherever you look at this particular lid cover, coffin lid, and you see, pins together, these are representing entire families. So we are trying to keep the families together and keep all the singles either in the the RIP is done, or in the jw.org.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
This is just a privilege to
Yeah.
be able to do this.
And I have to apologize. I lost my Post-it note, but someone had contacted me about a month ago and had told me about a pedophile elder that was here in New Mexico that was still in good standing and still raping children. And it was on my Facebook, and I apologize. I had it on a Post-it note, and I can't remember who gave me the name and the information. But I would like to know the name. And, I'm trying to find this again because...
Well, we've got some yellow stingers we want to send out to either one of
Yes.
those two towns.
Yes, exactly. We want to plaster them with postcards.
So, hey, Watchtower, you might want to get that elder moved.
Yeah, hurry up and move him out of this state because this is a mandatory reporting state. And he is going to get exposed and he is going to get blasted. And the whole area and the whole congregation is going to be embarrassed. So you better get him out of there and call the cops. If any of you know about this guy, call the cops because he's raping children.
Yep.
And we're not going to sit here and be
No.
quiet about that.
No, we're not.
No, that's why we're here.
The Watchtower, game over. It's just as simple as that. This game is over, and all we're doing is just the mop-up work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
Bye.